All right, well, welcome back, grade 12. So it's going to be a very different year than I think anything that we've ever been used to. But I'm hoping that we're going to be able to have a fantastic quadmester. It's only going to be 10 weeks, so it's going to go by very, very quickly. But I'm extremely excited to be able to focus in on you guys and help you with all of your goals for the um, upcoming year, right? As many of you may be considering to get ready for post-secondary pathways in the visual arts and needing portfolios, or just you're here to enjoy yourself and to find a way of kind of relaxing and reconnecting with something that just makes you happy. So this is going to be published probably Sunday night, early Monday morning. And it's going to be really important that you take a look at this as I'm going to be going through a lot of this material in this format in order to help save some time in the limited opportunities that we're going to be able to spend with each other both in class and synchronously. So with that said, I'm going to just switch my camera view here and I'm going to share my desktop with you and kind of go over some of the things that you're going to need to know in order to help get us started to a very smooth start over the next couple of days. Anyway, so here we go. Please bear with me as I'm kind of getting used to some new technology, and this is definitely a new way of teaching for me. So the first thing that I want to go over with you is that we are going to use Google Classroom this year. I had sent out an email a couple of weeks ago, well, a week ago or so, inquiring whether or not you would feel comfortable switching over to Brightspace, and the majority of you, actually everybody that responded was like, nope, stay with Google Classroom, we know it, it's easy, we're able to utilize the tool on our phone. So I've decided to do that for you guys. It's also going to be easier for me. So if you didn't get into Google Classroom, you can see up on your screen now, okay, is that you have our join code right here. Please make sure that you are connected to this because this is going to be the lifeline for your course, right? You're going to need to be in Google Classroom every single day, and this will be the main portal through which we are going to be communicating, okay? So that was the first thing that we needed to get out of the way. So please make sure that you're on Google Classroom. Secondly, we need to kind of go over some of the course information, right? So we do this every single year. You're aware that there are the course syllabus here, and with this course, right, it's the grade 12 visual arts. It's a university college preparation course, right, and the prerequisite is AVI4M0. Now this is going to be a little bit different this year, simply because of the way we ended off last year, and there's going to be some changes because the experience that the second semester grade 11s had is definitely not going to be the same as the first semester. And in addition to that, even with the fact that we're still seeing each other in class, I'm only seeing you 50% of the time, so it's going to be a little bit different in terms of the types of things that we're going to be able to do with each other. But as always, I'm trying to make it as hands-on as possible. So one thing to keep in mind, right, is that this is a course that is designed for getting you to be thinking about your own creative process and your own focus in terms of what you want your artwork to be about. Grades 9, 10, and 11 have traditionally been a presentation of a theme, and then you are responding to the theme that either Miss Copeland or I have provided to you. The big difference this year is that you are going to be developing and focusing your own theme, and that's going to be the crux of the first couple of weeks of the class. All right, so just keep that in mind as you are as we're getting started. Okay, so there's going to be a little bit of research, a little bit of exploration that we're going to need to do, but we're going to balance that out with independent creation. Right, the units of study, okay, is going to be a little bit different this year. Okay, in that we're still going to aim for creating 3 pieces, 3 artworks over the course of the quadmester. However, this is the part that I am not too sure what it's actually going to end up looking like, because the pacing of the course is going to be significantly different than it has been in the past. So at the very least, we're going to be creating the 3 artworks that would be portfolio ready. But I'm leaning towards creating a club or some sort of extracurricular group that will focus more on the portfolio development. Okay, so just to keep that in mind. Also, as always, the materials, we're going to be providing those to you. There is a art kit that's going to come in a plastic container. It's got some pencils, some brushes, eraser, pencil sharpener. It's going to have your sketchbook in it. Very similar to last year, but because of the circumstances, we're going to be swapping out the art kits that you were using. So I know many of you had those over the summer, just because of the circumstances. Please just bring those back in, and I'll hold on to those. But all other materials are going to be provided to you, right? So of course, if you want to do something a little bit bigger and crazier, that's going to be up to you. We're going to be maintaining the same overarching learning goals for the semester. Okay, so we're going to focus on creative process, right? Developing your technical skills, right? Always balancing all of those fun hands-on things with some critical thinking, so we can help with the quality of the meaning of your works, and developing and refining your vocabulary. Okay, so when we do all 4 of those things, number 5 should be really easy, and that is about making connections and making sure that you are seeing the interconnectedness of your work. Okay, so with that said, right, same things here. I'm not going to go through all of this. These are the standard details, okay? But keep in mind that there are going to be some differences this year because of the fact that we are only seeing each other twice, right? Once in class and through the synchronous learning, which equates to about half the time that we're used to seeing each other face to face. Okay, so it's going to require some additional determination on everybody's part. Okay, so please make sure that you can take a look at this. You will find that when you go under classwork, and you will see that there's this activity, the welcome back, and the course syllabus is just right here. So please make sure that you're taking a look at that. And of course, when you're done that, you will need to make sure that you are going in and also printing this one out, so that you are able to just acknowledge that you've gone through the course syllabus and you understand what your responsibilities are. Okay, those 2 things are done, and from there, I'm just going to try something else here. Let's flip back. Okay, so when we are in Google Classroom this year, right, all of your work is going to be under the coursework tab. I'm going to just want to spend a moment here and kind of show you how to read the coding that I have set up in order to help try to keep things organized. Okay, so let's come back, jump over here. Here we are. And what I'm working on is making sure that there's a Google Calendar here. It's got a link, and there are instructions for coming in and making sure that you're able to import this into your own personal calendar system. And with this, right, I'm trying to be able to identify where you're supposed to be each day for this particular course. Okay, so we have the continuous learning, so this is going to be at home, this is independent work. The synchronous is where we're going to meet everybody together on Teams, and then the red here is about being in class, right? The cohort A, when you're in class, it's going to be the bright red. Cohort B, it's going to be kind of this paler, kind of flamingo type color to indicate you. So, right, we can go through, and I have managed to go through and do this for each of the upcoming weeks for the entire 10, so that you are able to keep track of where you are supposed to be for this course. Okay, so we've got a course calendar. I've got a weekly agenda. It's just going to be a quick PowerPoint slide. It's going to be a quick summary for what it is that we're supposed to be doing. I'm going to be keeping this up to date. So every time, for each and every week, we're going to, I'm I'm just going to move it down to the bottom so that there's an ongoing record. And we're going to sort of, this is what we're doing in class, this is what you are doing independently, and this is what we will be doing when we are together online, okay? So, hopefully that's pretty straightforward. So those two items, okay, are going to always be at the top. You can see I've got these asterisks here, and I'm going to be moving them from week to week for you. Okay. For your learning, they're going to be a letter in brackets, or a couple of letters here to indicate what day I am anticipating that we are going to be engaging with that particular learning. Of course, a lot of the learning is going to need to be done at your own pace this year, which is a little bit different. So I'm going to try and have as much ready to go for you so that you can monitor and pace yourself. The three letters that follow, okay, are going to be for helping you figure out when we are going to be learning. So CLB is the continuous learning block. That's at home. Synchronous learning block is when we're together online. In class or continuous learning block, right? You're either in class or you're at home, and just kind of going through very quickly sort of what each of those different things are. Okay, so I know this is a lot of information. Okay, it's going to be really, really important that we are getting through. You're getting through some of this. You're getting this information in order to help you get started. Because, as I said, it's going to be a little bit of a quick start. Okay, so a couple of other things that we need to be taking care of really quickly, okay, is there's this checklist. Okay, so this is one of the first activities that I'm going to be asking you to complete. It's literally just a checklist. So, check off, you're watching this video, okay, you've gone through the course outline, understand the responsibilities, printing out the form, okay. Do you have Google Classroom set up and ready to go? Okay, please make sure that you have that up and going. Again, there is our course join code. Please make sure that you are joining this. I'm going to be emailing this separately as well. In fact, you know what? While we're here, I'm just going to take a quick screen capture of this so that I can pop it into the email that you will be getting hopefully very shortly. Coming back here, here we go. Okay, so the other thing is for the synchronous learning, we are going to be using Microsoft Teams. Okay, this is a required component of the course. So you are expected every day to be showing up for a synchronous learning period, right? Whether it's with me or whether it's your other teacher. I'm using Microsoft Teams because it is the most flexible. It's a little bit more complicated than Google Meet, but it's going to allow us to have a much better online learning experience, I believe. I thoroughly believe that. I've been using it for the last 6 months with the staff. That's David Suzuki, and it has a tremendous amount of potential. So please make sure that you download this. Okay, it can be either on your phone, on a tablet, like iPad or other Android device, or you can be setting it up on a desktop as well, and that's going to just make the workflow a little easier because the web-based application is a little bit glitchy. Okay, I'm going to be asking that you are making sure that you can kind of access and navigate the Microsoft Teams. You're going to log into MS Teams with your student number at pdsb.net email, and you should see yourself in as part of a team called AVI4M0. If not, please email me right away so that I can try and help you get in there. Okay, so the other thing to do too is making sure you are connected. Okay, this means get your Google email onto your phone. It is going to be critical that you are aware of what is going on and that we can be able to communicate with each other efficiently. I normally don't like to have my work emails attached to my phone, but I'm going to be doing that a little bit this year because it's going to just be required for everybody. Okay, there are the course calendar I showed you already. Please make sure that you are getting that added. I have instructions on how to add that to your device in the tips section of Google Classroom under classwork. You also should have received your student profile sheet from your teacher on the day you came into the school, either Thursday or Friday last week. It's going to be really important that I and your other teachers this year have the correct information, right? Because there's going to be a lot more communication that is required either by phone or by email, and we do need to be able to make sure that we're able to get in touch with your parents. So the school is asking that everybody's bringing this back signed by a parent or guardian, so that so we know that everybody's going to be able to be as safe as possible. And also share my email address. You can see it here with your parents and guardians, because I know many parents and guardians are nervous about coming back. As a parent myself with 2 children going back to school, right? I've been in touch with my child's teachers a few times already. Also, make sure that you are attending the orientation on health and safety. That was either at school. If not, if you didn't make it to school, then you're going to need to go through and acknowledge that you've viewed that online. I haven't seen the URL for that yet, but if that's something that's missing, I will get that to you as soon as I see. And if you have any questions, make sure that you're emailing me. Okay, I am checking my email very regularly. More than normal, so send me an email, make sure that everything is going really well. Okay, so again, right, so there's a little checklist here. Okay, this is just in Google Classroom, and you can go through, put your name up at the top, and then just hit the submit button. This is just going to tell me that you feel like you're ready to go. My goal is to be contacting parents, well, not necessarily the parents, I want to try and get in touch with you guys first in order to make sure that you're ready to go. So I will be making some phone calls Monday throughout the morning, because I'm going to be seeing you guys online in the afternoon, and I just want to make sure that we're going to have a great start to the semester. Anyways, I know that that's a fair bit of information, okay, but I'm really hoping that it's going to be fairly easy for you to kind of get back used to coming back to school, and that you have some great ideas that are starting to percolate for what your artworks are going to be about. Yeah, so as I said, you get to choose what your artworks are going to be about this year, what the theme that you are going to get to explore. So if you can, start brainstorming. What are some of the things that interest you or intrigue you? What are things that you are questioning that you want to be able to explore in greater detail? What's the other course that you're taking this quadmester? Is there a way that you might be able to combine your learning from the 2 courses together and really go deep into something? Despite the fact that it's a different format this semester, I think there are also tremendous opportunities for you to be able to do some pretty amazing things. The sky is the limit. Only your own imagination is going to be what limits you over the next couple of weeks. Anyways, I'm super excited to see you guys tomorrow, and best of luck. And if you have any questions, please make sure that you're emailing. Thank you very much. Okay, see you guys later.